Most expensive car in 1950. Some of the most powerful, iconic, and dangerous vehicles were produced in the 1950s. Modern designs and acceleration capabilities are becoming more and more amazing with each passing year. The automotive sector saw tremendous development in the 1050s. After World War II, automakers developed new, better technology and designs, and made some of their brands exclusively luxury. Up until this point, some of these pricey car manufacturers have proven durable. Automakers worked on the omitted earlier automobile concepts and introduced a range of designs. For instance, the 1950s auto industry was adamant about making convertibles while still respecting a hardtop design. Furthermore, several automakers focused on producing four-door sedans with the introduction of automatic transmissions in 1951. New products and features were entering the market every year. Luxury and pricey automobiles dominated the decade. In cars, power braking was first introduced in 1953 along with power steering and air conditioning. In 1954 to 1966, the majority of automobile producers focused on making their vehicles safer. Chevrolet made a notable improvement in the rear-end appearance in the late 1950s, and Volkswagen became the most well-known car in the world. 1950 Jaguar XK 120. This car's manufacturing was increased despite the fact that it was initially only meant for a small run. Jaguar possessed substantial hydraulic drum brakes on all four of its corners. It also had a 4-speed manual transmission with an incredibly quick and sturdy shifter that could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 10 seconds. This vintage car cost $4,000 to purchase. Jaguar completed the required preparations in 1950 to transition to large-scale production, allowing them to produce more than 12,000 units. A fixed-head coupe was added to the lineup in 1951, and a drawfed coupe was added in 1953. The latter had roll-up windows inside and lavishly made soft tops with burled wood veneer trim. There were built about 1,800 XK 120 drawfed coupes. In the same year, 3 XK 120s entered privately competed in the Lemons race with excellent competitiveness. 1953 Buick Roadmaster Skylark. In celebration of Buick's 50th anniversary, this car was created. This luxury convertible from General Motors had a $5,000 sticker price in 1953. The Buick Roadmaster Skylark was first put into production in 1951. The drivetrain was shared with the Roadmaster, and it had 2 doors. The vehicle also included a full carpeting interior, a white interior with power windows, a Selectronic AM radio, and power brakes. Contrasting the two-tone red was an appealing reef blue tint on the automobile. The hood that held the 12V electrical system, the convertible top, the trunk lid, and the 5.3-liter nailhead V8 engine were all constructed for the Skylark. To provide sufficient headroom, Skylark's seat frames and steering column were slightly lowered. In addition, this expensive vehicle included the Skylark center symbol. The Kelsey Hayes genuine wire wheels that came with the 1953 Skylark had everything chromed except for the painted and plated Skylark center insignia. The wheels were heavier than standard steel wheels, needed regular truing to keep them straight and balanced, and required tubes within the tires at a time when tubeless tires were starting to become more common, as they were throughout the rest of the Buick line, even if this was considered high style in 1953. The Skylark was back in 1954, but with a drastically altered look. The Skylark had extended wheel cuts, the interior of which could be painted in a shade that contrasted with the body color. For instance, black cars might get wheel wells that are white or red. The trunk of the redesigned Skylark has a semi-barrel shape. 1955 Chrysler Imperial. With a price of $15,075, the Chrysler Imperial has a V8 internal combustion engine. The hemispherical head chamber design was also introduced. This car was an incredibly efficient luxury vehicle at the time because to its 180 horsepower Hemi 5.4-liter V8 engine. It was equipped with standard power brakes and power steering. The Chrysler Imperial had a longer wheelbase, 4.0 inches, which increased legroom. Imperial had a freestanding gunsight taillight mounted on the top of the rear part and a front egg crate grille with plenty of space between the grilles. The Newport Coupe or Sedan and the Crown Imperial were the 2 models of Imperials that were offered for 1955. The Newport Coupe or Sedan was a short wheelbase version. The Premium Imperial, with its exceptional build quality and starting price of $4,000, $483, offered a very alluring alternative to the current products from Cadillac and Lincoln. 1956 BMW 503 Cabriolet. The 503 Cabriolet was BMW's first post-war sports automobile. The 503 Cabriolet's 3.2-liter V8 engine could reach or surpass 190 kilometers per hour. The car's components were also composed of aluminum. Thanks to its fantastic driving experience, it became a symbol of luxury and indulgence. In addition, the 503 Cabriolet included a gearbox and braking servo. It was thought to have cost $17,000 at launch. 1957 Chevy Bel Air. It is a two-door convertible car that goes by the name 57 Chevy and has undergone improvements since 1950, when it was first made available. But in 1957, General Motors made a number of glaring changes to the design. At the time, the car was valued at $1,800 and was referred to by the manufacturer as the Hot One. Additionally, General Motors added a stainless steel window molding, a stainless steel spear on the front fenders, wheel covers, a grille inspired by Ferrari, and an interior carpet. The vehicle featured a 4.6-liter V8 petrol super turbo engine, a 2-speed power glide automatic transmission, and a PUR&D gear pattern. The radio, the 23 various seat and door trim choices, and the 10 different interior color variations were all optional. The Chevrolet Bel Air's 283 engine could accelerate from a standstill to 60 miles per hour in 9.9 seconds and complete the quarter mile in 17.5 seconds. In 1957, when extremely hard tires, sluggish transmissions, and excessively soft springs were the norm, these speeds, while slow by modern standards, were spectacular. 1959 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. One of the most enduringly luxurious cars ever made is the Cadillac Coupe de Ville. The world was captivated by this car's unique shape in the 1950s. Cadillac's V8 engine has a 325 horsepower rating. Additionally, it maintained its customary wraparound, smooth decline at the $4,600 listed price. Large tail fins, twin bullet taillights, a choice of 2 distinct roof lines and roof pillar configurations, new jewel-like radiator grille patterns, and matching deck latch lid beauty panels were distinguishing visual features of these cars. All Cadillac models produced that year incorporated completely new styling. On the back fenders of the DeVille vehicles were script nameplates. This removed the Cadillac crest medallions from the front fenders. This enormous vehicle weighed 4,720 pounds and was produced in 21,924 pieces. The cast iron block was part of the overhead valve V8. It had a displacement of 390 cubic inches and a diameter and stroke of 4.00, 3.875. The compression ratio chosen by Cadillac engineers is 10.5 to 1. Many automakers entered the market with pricey, opulent vehicles that quickly gained popularity among the wealthy and auto enthusiasts. Even today, several of the models featured in this article are regarded as classics. Every year in the 1950s, the auto industry gave its fans something fresh and cutting-edge with improved features. You may still add luxury, pricey automobiles from the 1950s to your collection by purchasing them at a reasonable price. Which one would you buy? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.